and welcome back to another segment of Possibilities with Esther. I'm by the name Esther James, bringing to you possibilities from Ntr Turkey. Possibilities is a program get to channel your mindset to the possibilities of life. And in this program, we talk about motivation, lifestyle, positive mindset, business, entrepreneurship, and also topic that will guide us through whatever thing we are going through in our lives. And today I am bringing to you a special topic which most people tend to ignore. In fact, sometimes I also tend to ignore it. We take care of our phones, but that particular aspect of our life, we tend to forget it and put it on hold. Which brings us to the topic for today, stay focused. Now, we have a lot of things going on in our lives, but at a point in time, we tend to lose our focus, and that brings the confusion and why most people tend to give up. Our previous episode, we talked about why do people give up in life, and these are one of the reasons why people tend to give up in their lives, because of lack of focus. And what causes lack of focus? It has to do a lot with our mindset. Our mindset has a lot to do with the way we think, the information we convey to our mind, and also it has a lot to do with our brain. Our brain is like our phone. The way we take care of our phones, the way we want our children to go to school, get good grades, and be able to be very, very potential or be able to pass or contribute something into the society, is the same thing. People should be able to take their brain serious, just the way we think of our eyes, we think about our mouth, waking up in the morning to brush our teeth and wash our mouth, wash our face, but we tend to ignore these parts of our body, which is the brain. And before I go deep into it, I would like us to look again, even though I know we know what the brain is, it's inside our head, right? Of course. But let's also look deep into the brain and see what the facts about the brain. The brain is a tremendous organ. Indeed, it is able to collect and organize the information that even the world's most advanced supercomputer cannot. Your brain has roughly 100 trillion neural connections, synapses that constantly relay information to other parts of the brain and body. The human brain is one of the most important organs in a human body. It helps us think, reason, remember, and learn new things. In fact, our brain and its superior functioning differentiates from animals and other creations of the Almighty God. There is the need to know how our brain works and how to keep it healthy. We can't just be thinking of our mindset, our mouth, our thoughts, but we are not thinking about how to function with our brain, how to take care of our brain, how to take care of our brain, how the brain works has a lot to do with the things we do to focus in our lives. The human brain weighs 3 pounds. It comprises 60% of fat and is one of the fastest organs in the human body. Human brain has the capacity to generate approximately 23 watts of power when awake. 23 watts of power means like a mini bulb. It means our brain has the capacity to light up a tiny bulb. That's how powerful our brain can be. Of the total blood and oxygen that is produced in our body, the brain gets 20% of it. When the blood supply to the brain stops, it is almost after 8 to 10 seconds that the brain starts losing its conscious. So you see how powerful the brain is. Even when your body is gone, at least the brain still stands for a period of time before it shuts down. As we grow older, we are unable to remember new things. According to the researchers in the US, it is because the brain is unable to filter and remove old memories, which prevents it from absorbing new ideas. We just keep putting ideas. There's a need for us to filter things from our brain, just the way we try to take care of our phones, our computers, and even go to the toilet to flush out our system. So there's a need for us to actually be filtering some information and put on more better information in our brain to keep it healthy. Most scientists agree that the human brain is the most complex structure in the universe. While the brain is incredibly powerful and capable, it is also subject to wayward thinking. Be mindful of what you put in your mind. This reason brings us to the reason behind discussing this topic for today: how to stay focused. How to stay focused, it's very, very vital in our life, our business, our relationship. Some people are into this relationship, tomorrow they are into that relationship. Not because the person they are into the relationship now is bad person. After all, we saw the good things before we went into it. And then we tend to go into another one with the same mindset that we had with the other person. Or probably taking the information, the experiences we had in our former relationship, we now tend to pack them in our brain and then applying it in the next relationship. This also goes into our business as well. You do this business, you had a very bad experience on it, and then you begin to start another business. There is a need for you to actually take care of what happened in that business, flush it out. There's something that said, forgive but never forget, right? Yes, but I think sometimes we need to forget those things. Even though they're there, try to ignore them so that you'll be able to have space to focus on the new project you are going through. Staying focused is not as easy as it sounds. It's not as easy as we tend to say it here on the TV. It's not as easy as we think. It has a whole lot to do. It has a lot to do with your mind, exercise. It has a whole lot to do with what you eat, and also be conscious of this part of your body, which is the brain. And I'm going to tell you some tips on how to stay focused. Maybe all the tips might not work for you, but at least it will be able to give you a guide how to be focused. Not being focused can make you into procrastination. It can make you to give up. Sometimes it also makes you to commit suicide. It makes so many people to go into depression, anxiety, this because of disappointment. The brain is designed to make you feel comfortable. So the moment your brain cannot comprehend, cannot really feel comfortable with the things happening around you, the brain begins to be tired, be frustrated, and then it causes you not to be focused. So that one is the natural thing that happens in our human body. Now, number one tips: get rid of distractions. Start with the simple things. You don't have to put so many things on your table. Try to start with the simple ones that your brain can be able to accommodate. Moving to a quiet area, turning off notifications on your phone, or turning your phone off altogether. You're going out with your friends, you still have your phone bingling, bingling, bingling there. Of course, it's going to distract you. That's more information is compiling on your brain, and your mind begins to process every other information you are taking during the day. Do not forget that the brain takes over 70,000 thoughts a day. So all the social media, communication you are having with your friends, everything is compiling in your brain store, just like your computer. So you need to give yourself some time outside, go outside door, somewhere quiet. Try to switch off your phone so that your brain will be able to calm down. Maybe if you're trying to write a project and you don't seem to connect with everything you're writing, or you don't seem to connect with the things you're doing at that moment, you couldn't focus. Try to take these steps. It's going to help you. Telling those around you not to distract you for a period of time. Mothers, we always have children, of course. Some people, they are even boyfriend, they are like children around them. Try to make your partner understand that at this period of time, you need focus, so you need to stay away a little bit for a while. Closing out of programs or apps that aren't essential on your computer. You want to focus to write you're writing something, or you're sending an email to an organization, yet there is so much notification coming on your computer, you need to turn it off, or else it's just going to distract you. You are putting so many things on your brain. You are having too many things at the same time. You need to filter those things while you're trying to focus. Now, another tips again for that, starting with simple things. Number 3, coffee. I don't know if you're a fan of coffee. For instance, you have exams or you have a project going on and you're just sleepy. For me, I usually think that the coffee thing only works for white people. But as time goes on, I get so tired at work and I try to focus to arrange news and other things. So I find myself drinking coffee and somehow it helps. But do not take too much caffeine in your system. Too much of it is not good. They said too much of everything is bad, especially caffeine. Also, before you take coffee, any beverages that has caffeine inside, please make sure that you are not allergic to that, or make sure you do not have any illnesses that tells you not to take that. So try to avoid that and make sure you know your health condition first before you can take that as something to boost you up. Is a no-go for energy drink. Energy drink has a caffeine, and if you continue to take it, unlike coffee, you become addicted to it. It's also with coffee. When you take too much coffee, you become addicted to it, which is not good for your system. So on that part, try to take a very little of it, not so much into your system. Now, the key to taking advantages of caffeine's cognitive enhancing properties is to consume it in a moderation. As I said, if you drink too much of it, it's a big problem. Now, third tips, practice Pomodoro technique. Yes, Pomodoro techniques. Now, let me explain to you what a Pomodoro technique means. It's during this research, I was able to come across this word Pomodoro technique in trying to make yourself stay focused. Now, please, this topic for today, it does not just go all for your life. Let's say you're going through challenges, when I say challenges, big challenges, and you're trying to stay focused. Sometimes this unfocus comes maybe on our daily time. Maybe you're trying to write an exams, okay? You have an interview at a job, or you are working towards a project and you just couldn't focus. These are simple tips that will help you go through that. Now, Pomodoro technique is a time management method developed by Francisco Cirillo in the late 1980s. The technique uses a timer to break down work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes in length, separated by short breaks. Each interval is known as a pomodoro, from the Italian word for tomato. After the tomato-shaped kitchen timer that Cirillo used as a university student, staying focused helps you to get more done in less time. So based on Cirillo from Francisco, that was how he was able to bring out this method, timing yourself. It really helped him, I guess, when he was a student back then. I guess if you try it, it's going to help you. Set your timer for 25 minutes and get to work. When the timer starts, take 5 minutes break. Okay? Then set the timer again and get back to work. Once you've done for 4 rounds of this, you can take a longer break, approximately 20 to 30 minutes. 4, put a lock on a social media. You're trying to write something, your WhatsApp is on, your Instagram is on, your Twitter is on, all those things are distraction. You have to put them off, or else you'll not be able to focus. If your idea of a break from work is checking Facebook or Instagram every 5 minutes, you may want to consider an app that blocks social media. Yes, we have so many apps, but be careful so you don't end up putting virus on your phone or your laptop. try to keep off those notifications so that you will be able to focus. It's not, your brain needs, it needs to focus on one thing, needs to be able to focus on the thing at hand that you're working at. There are several apps that work for your phone, tablet, or computer. In addition to social media, some of these distraction busting programs also allow you to block online games. Some games will just keep like coin. I don't know if you guys have come across Coinbase or something like that, that kept popping up when you're trying to do something online. Try to block all those things, as well as apps and sites like YouTube notification, Netflix, maybe your favorite movie that you're waiting to watch. Just when you're trying to focus, it just pops out and gives you a movie that you've been waiting to watch. Of course, you cannot focus on the thing you're trying to do at the same time. Text messages, keep it up. Whatever information that is very important, you definitely attend to it after that. Some of the most popular social media bloggers include Freedom. Now, that one, make more research about apps that can block notification. Again, please be careful of the apps that you download on your phone for that. Moving forward, we have fuel your body. Fuel your body, yes. Just the way you fuel your car, your body needs to be fueled as well, because everything bounces back to your brain. Your brain is the thing that picks up everything. If your body is shut down, your brain can still be functioning. You understand? It can still be functioning. That's why you're still alive. The moment your brain is shut down, but it's not dead. Your brain it can just be quiet, and then your body will be moving, but still it's still passing on signal until that signal stops before you're totally gone. So please, let's take our brain very, very serious. It has a whole lot to do with our focus. So fuel your body. We all know what happens when anger and hunger strikes. These two things are they are like cousins or blood brothers and sisters. Hunger and anger. These two things can totally distract you. This dreaded combination of hunger and anger is a major focus fail. You are hungry and you're trying to do something, go and eat food. When you eat food, you'll be able to focus. So to keep your brain focused, your energy levels, your energy levels up and your emotions, make sure you don't delay or skip a meal. Your emotions has a whole lot to do with focusing. That's why when you are going through a relationship issues, it tends to affect your duty and functioning at work. So try to balance, eat protein, complex carbohydrates, and healthy fat to stay fueled. Snack on fresh fruit, veggies, nuts, or seeds. If you get hungry between meals, be very sure to keep yourself hydrated with plenty of water. The human brain is mostly water, and dehydration can make it work poorly. I know most of you do not know about this. We just hear, drink water, drink water, drink water. We just feel, okay, the body needs water. No, your brain needs water. So there's a need for you to be drinking a whole lot of water. Though they said too much of thing is bad. I guess for me, when I try to drink too much water, I keep going to the toilet. I keep going out to go and pee, keep going out to pee, so it makes me feel so lazy, especially at night when I'm trying to enjoy my sleep. And for an extra boost, Harvard Medical School says to include a few of these best brain foods in your daily meal. Green leafy vegetables like kale, spinach, and broccoli, fatty fish such as salmon, berries like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, or blackberries, walnuts, tea and coffee for the caffeine in moderate. Again, not so much. So please, if you do not have those walnuts, or you don't have raspberries, we have mango, we have oranges, we have pineapple, we have apple, we have so many other fruits. Even avocado is very, very good. Avocado, pear, we tend to ignore it, and we have a whole lot of it in Africa. And mango, try to take fruits and vegetables. We have organic vegetables at home. Try to eat it and just don't ignore and say, you are okay. Your brain actually needs it. These are the things we tend to ignore, and somehow it affects us when we are trying to stay focused. Now, another most important thing again is get enough sleep. Sleep is very, 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 very important to our brain. Just the way you feel hungry, you want to go and eat food, sleep is like a food for the brain. You can't keep being awake. You do a lot of things in the morning, you go to work, you come back. Yes, we keep saying that we do not have time to sleep, but if you don't sleep, it's going to take you by force. Like, you can't cheat nature. So you have to think of your brain to make it calm by having at least some sleep so that you'll be able to focus for the next day. Get enough sleep. While a few nights of minimal sleep is okay, not getting enough sleep most nights of the week can negatively impact both your short and long time memory. So now we're still active, we're still young. It's okay for us not to sleep, but we don't know the impact on us when we are getting older. That's why they say, this old man, he's forgetting things, he's forgetting this, because of the things he or she has already done when they were young. So at old age, you just see we keep forgetting so many things, as well as your ability to concentrate. There is a fact about the human brain. Human brain isn't actually mature until age 25. So your brain is still in maturity, is still growing as from 1 to 25 and stops developing until 40 years. So please try to have some sleep just for the sake of our grandchildren. We will not end up forgetting our grandchildren when we are old. We will not end up forgetting our loved ones when we are old. It has a whole lot way to take us at older age. The recommended amount of sleep trusted source for adults age 18 to 60 years old is 7 or more hours a night. So you should be able to have at least 7 or 8 hours a night. If you calculate from night, if you're going to sleep at 12 o'clock, then you should be able to wake up 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. It's still okay. It's still a minimum. Should not go less than that. You might go more than this, but try not to go minimum of that. I know it can be so very busy. You have your phone, you have so many things and other things, but please, it's very important to boost your sleep health, okay? Now, avoid caffeinated beverages after lunchtime. Switch off all your electronic devices an hour before bedtime. The light from these devices can stimulate your brain and prevent you from feeling sleepy. Take time to wind down, read a book, take a warm bath, listen to soothing music. That will help you to be able to sleep comfortably, and it will be very good for your brain. Now, before we move on to more tips on this program, we will be going on a commercial break, and please stay tuned. Do not go anywhere, because Esther James is here to make us try to focus on that project we're trying to do, or that plan for 2021. So stay tuned as we come back after our commercial break. Hello again, and welcome back to the second segment of this program. I am Esther James, and if you're just joining us for the first time, or you're just joining us on the second segment, on this program is a motivational program, inspirational and educational program brought to you by Ntr TV all the way from Turkey. And on the topic, we have been talking about stay focused, and I've been giving some good tips on how to work on our brain, focusing on our brain, not just mind our brain, not our mouth, not our eyes, hands, or anything. The major issues that affect our mindset is how our brain functions. If you do not have a fuel in your car, even if your car is healthy, yes, it's healthy. Even if your car is healthy, is new, the tires are good, the engine is okay, everything is perfect, without fuel, you are not going anywhere. That's why I choose talking about the brain, how to keep your brain healthy for focusing on your projects, your life, or other things that you're doing at that moment. Now, we are on number tips 7. Tip 7, set a SMART goal. If your lack of focusing is a result of feeling overwhelmed by a complex project, try breaking it down into smaller parts and plugging the smaller steps into the SMART formula. Now, I will explain to you what a SMART formula is. Some of us, we have big dreams, and because it's so big, it's difficult for our brain to carry it on because we're so trying to put them all together, and it just makes us trying to set out a big goal. We end up losing it out, end up not even being focused. So there's a need for us to follow and break it down and start it from the simple ones. Now, SMART stands for specific. What exactly needs to be done? What exactly needs to be done? Measurable. How will you track your progress? Available. Is it realistic? Can it be done by the deadline? These are the questions, please, you need to put it down. Relevant. How does it fit with the overall plan or bigger goal? Timely. When does it need to be done? When you take a large complex project and break it down into smaller groups, into smaller strategy, be it tasks, you can boost your ability to concentrate and focus on special tasks. That's because you end up with goals that you actually feel like you are going to accomplish everything you can accomplish it. So please, there's a need for you to have a SMART goal. Nothing is too big, but the timing can make it so big for your brain, and processing it is going to take a whole lot of time. There's a saying that we have not even used a little, like half part of our brain. It's so true. But already, some of us, we're feeling as if we overuse the whole capacity of our brain. This is due to jargons that we put in our brain, and it affects us. It affects our mind. It affects our thoughts. It affects so many things that has to do with our progress and life goals. It's too big. Break it down. Start it smaller by smaller. You cannot build a home in a day. If you're going to build a home in a day, you need a whole lot of things, like a lot of money, so many manpower, too many people, machines, everybody to come and build a house. And you can imagine the stress you put yourself, the discomfort, and also people who will work for you, how they will be so discomfortable just trying to achieve that. So that goes with your brain as well. Be more mindful. Very, very important. Does your mind tend to wander away from where it's supposed to be? Sometimes I find myself in the kitchen while I'm trying to go to the bathroom. It happens to me, and I'm sure it happens to you too. Don't worry, you are definitely not alone. Distracted thinking is common and something we all experience. So don't start thinking as if you're going mad. No. However, these short mental vacations often make it harder to focus on the tasks in front of you. That's where mindfulness comes in. You need to take it very, very serious. According to the Mayo Clinic, being mindful means you can maintain moment to moment awareness of where you are and what you are doing, which is great news when you are trying to stay focused. Try to know what you're doing at that moment. Very, very important. By being mindful and recognizing when your attention starts to drift, you can quickly bring your focus back to where it needs to be. Plus, you can actually train your brain to be more mindful by practicing breathing. Breathing techniques, meditation, and mindful movement such as yoga. Most people ignore that. Even me, I try to do yoga, meditation. At first, it looks stupid. It looks as if I'm just lying to myself that it's working. But I didn't give up. I kept doing it. I was like, whatever it is, it works for other people. I believe is also going to work for me. So I tried it once, twice. It was as if I was doing some babalawo, as if I was just doing some voodoo things. But the third time, the fourth time, I was able to get a grasp of it, and it was making sense. And I'm so glad I tried meditation. It works. It really works. Give it a try. Make a to-do list. To-do list, like we have, especially women, we are so good in writing things when we're going to the markets, or we are so good in writing our needs when our partner, a boyfriend, a husband tells us, babe, write what you need. Hey! We will write everything down, from bra, from makeup, from shoe, our friend's wedding dress, dinner, everything. We are so good in writing a to-do list, but we don't have the time to write our whole day plans. It helps us a lot. Let's face it. The items on a to-do list can add up quickly, and it can be challenging to find the motivation to accomplish everything you set out to do. It's very, very challenging, but still, we still have to give it a try. The good news is studies trusted sources show that having a written plan of action can increase productivity. So you still put it, it's gonna help you. After you make your list, choose 2 or 3 key tasks and put them at the top. Most important ones. Put them at the top, then rank the rest of the items in order of importance. This allows you to tackle urgent tasks when your brain is fresh and your energy levels are high. You know you've already accomplished the most important ones. Please, it's so important, this to-do list. We ignore it. Our brain cannot just, in as much as it's very powerful, more than the supercomputer, we have to arrange it. There's somebody who arranged that supercomputer. We need to arrange our needs, not jumping from one thing to other. Of course, you'll not be able to function very well. You will not be able to stay focused. And on the number 10, focus on similar tasks. Tired of jumping from one type of thinking to another? Multitasking, aka multitasking. We want to do everything at the same time. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with you doing many things multitasking, but we need to take them one after the other, step by step. I know it's so difficult, especially when our work is so demanding. In fact, even in interview, they want someone who is multitasking. But as bitter as it sounds, it has a whole lot to do with our brain, and somehow it kind of affects us when we're trying to be focused. So multitasking, just try to pick tasks that are similar, group them together, and do one at a time. Try to put them together, and it will be able to help you. This makes transitions smoother, and you may find that you get a lot more done within a shortest period of time. Instead of jumping from one type of task to another, try to group them. Also, it goes with our plans, with our goals. We tend to put on our goals in different categories. Sometimes we need to group the ones that are similar together. For instance, if I am a TV presenter, right? I'm also a motivational speaker. And hey, I forgot to share this with you, my viewers. I've just been, certified, not satisfied, certificate to be a creative and innovation ambassador in Turkey. So you see, that is also my line. I hope to get a congratulation from you. Send me a congratulation, no, I'll be expecting. and thank you for your future congratulations. So if you have taxes, let's say you are a banker, right? And you want to do business, try to do business that connects with your banking job. You are a banker, you want to go into business of I don't know, what can I give an example? Let's say you're a banker, you have more knowledge about bankers around you. So if you want to start a business, the people around you who will begin to patronize your business are your colleagues, your friends. So you can actually look at what they need, like suits you can supply, or things that you know they will definitely buy at that moment. You can start. I'm not saying if you are a banker, you cannot go and start doing real estate. No, it's going to go very versatile. But you have to split them into groups to be able to know this is how you are handling it. Except somebody will help you to take care of that aspect of it. So the same thing goes with whatever project you're trying to do. Try to group the similar ones together so that you're not going to mix them up and it becomes so bulky on your brain, and it's makes you to lose focus just at the time you need to be focused on your project. Despite what you may think, multitasking is not more effective or efficient, especially when you are struggling with staying focused. In fact, the American Psychological Association reports that multitasking may reduce productivity by the age 40%. Despite what you may think, multitasking is not more efficient or effective, especially when you are struggling with staying focused. In fact, the American Psychological Association reports that multitasking may reduce productivity by as much as 40%. The concern here is whether you are dealing with too much or too many competing priorities, lack of sleep, or just a simple dose of Mondays. Mondays are always so busy. Not being able to focus can really put a setback on your productivity. So what are you trying to what are you going to do about it? Try to have some sleep, try to look at the tips and all that I have mentioned above. All these tips, I am very, very sure you'll be able to pick up something. Even if I talk too much, try to look at the drinking water, meditation, breaking down your goals, or breaking down the everything that you have into groups so that you'll be able to focus on it. This will help you to stay focused on your projects. Again, please, our brain is as important as our tooth, is important as our mouth, is important as our hands, is also important as our eyes. We need to take care of our brain. Make research about brain. There's so much, I'm telling you, when you make research about brain, you'll be wow. You'll be wow what the human brain can do. You will appreciate God more. You will appreciate Almighty. You appreciate the brain even more than everything. That's why sometimes you see we tell somebody, sure, you don't get brain, like you don't have brain, because this brain is very, very vital. And on this program, I always talk about the mindset. There's no way we'll talk about mindset without thinking about the physical. Now, the mind is our subconscious thoughts. The brain is physical. It's something we know is there. It's something we know when we hit our head, it shakes or something happens to it. But our mind is subconscious, so we just have to organize that. And all these things together goes a whole long way. What we conceive, what we listen, the company we keep, and the goals we make, it all goes together in making us achieving our life purpose or what God has destined us to be. And I hope on this program, I was able to pass a message to you that you got a tips from inside. And for those of my viewers who have been watching all the time, I want to simply appreciate you for sending your text messages and also your contribution. Again, if you have something you would want to share on this platform, please feel free to send messages. Follow our Instagram page, our YouTube for more details and previous programs. I appreciate all of you and thank you for watching this program for today. I will bring more and more exciting, educated, and inspiring topics for you on this program next week, same time, from NTR Natural TV. Stay blessed and have a wonderful day.